We're here. Welcome back. Hope everyone's been doing well since last we met. I know Monday night's stream was a little later, so for those of you who weren't with us, welcome back. It's good to see you. Good to be here with you. Game 4, Stream 4 of the season so far. We're at the end of the second week of doing these. A couple more weeks to go. Might throw a third stream in there sometime next week. We'll see what happens. But 2-1. We know how that went. 28-24 win over Western Michigan. A heartbreaking double overtime loss to Washington in Week 2. And in Week 3, a 51-15 victory over Northern Illinois. So non-conference play is over. We're into Big Ten play. Rutgers homecoming week is on the docket here for this edition of the stream. So you can see how they match up here on the loading screen before we get into it. So we'll see what happens. We know what happened in that Rutgers game last year. It was annoying. It was embarrassing. It was probably objectively entertaining, but I didn't have fun watching that game. So we'll see if this one goes a little bit better. So time to get it going. Don't know if this is your first time here or you need the reminder because I'm a pretty basic looking white dude. I'm Anthony Brew, the team site producer, managing editor of MaizeandBrew.com. You might know me from the podcast, my written work, my bad tweets, whatever it is. I'm here with you for the next hour or so. It's good to be here. Good to chat with you guys. I'm looking forward to I'll take some questions here. We can talk NIL. We can talk about the season. We can talk about whatever you want. This is choose your own adventure here, so we'll see how it goes. But looks like Michigan is going to start off on offense today. Cade McNamara and the offense have actually played pretty well in these sims. So Rutgers, ratings-wise, is the best defense they've seen so far. So we'll see how that goes. There's a poll question on the side of the screen here. How many wins do you think Michigan will have in Big Ten play this year? You know they play 9 games. We know that Michigan's, believe their over-under is set at 8 wins total for the year. Ooh, not a great start there for him. Sorry, I'm having some studio issues here. I can't see the video, but apparently it's playing for you guys. Shout out to you guys who got us to, on Steven's stream yesterday, got us to 4,000 subscribers. Let's get to 5,000 now. We'd love to get there before the football season starts. It's little by little. We don't growth hack here. We want things to grow organically. So, in addition, let us know the type of things you'd like to see. I think I've been pretty open and upfront about the idea that this community belongs to you as well. So we want to be interactive, like I said, with live sports for all of us coming back. We'll be doing tailgates. At least one. There is one tailgate in the works for this year. Might be one more. Who knows? That takes planning, but we're up for the task. So I'm having trouble seeing stuff today, so you got to bear with me here.
Number 67 makes the tackle. That's good for a gain of 10 yards. That makes it 1st and 10. Gain of 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
If someone could drop something in the chat, it would let me know that this thing's actually working.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. 1st down.
Having some big issues on the back end here. But we soldier forward. Hey, Go Blue is here. I think Rutgers will be improved this year. What about you? Yeah, I mean, Rutgers is a team where improvement is relative, right? Do I think they'll win more than 2 games? Probably not. But Greg Schiano had those guys playing last year. So they'll be better. That's a program that's still 3-4 years away from making any type of noise, assuming this goes well at all. Don't expect them to be a pushover. I mean, they almost beat Michigan last year. So some would argue, well, I don't know. Weird year, but they played hard. They played well, relatively speaking. So yeah, I do think they'll be improved. Going for it on 4th and 18. Nothing. Turnover on downs. Big stuff today with name, image, and likeness officially going through. I think we're really just in the early stages of all of that. To my knowledge, football player-wise, I mean, Aiden Hutchinson had announced something. He's got merch for sale. Andrell Anthony signed up for something. Mike Sainristil, I think, signed up for something. Adrian Nunez is selling merch. Crazy thing about Adrian Nunez, obviously Michigan basketball, that's not a football thing here, but Adrian Nunez has like 1 million TikTok followers or something. He's like Michigan's most like lucrative, when you talk about social reach and those types of things. Might be Michigan's like biggest all-around athlete at the moment, which is kind of hilarious. But good for him, man. He stands to make a lot off of this.
That brings up 4th and 11.
Brandon Stone, welcome to the stream, Brandon. Got any advice for someone with no industry experience trying to get into covering sports? Well, so here's the thing. And I'm far from my paragon of success, but I am here and it's a full-time job for me. So I like to think I have something I can add to the conversation. There are 2 things that I think apply to anyone. I mean, it even goes beyond just working in media. The first thing you need to do is you need to network. You need to talk to people. You need to connect with people. You need to ask questions. You need to put yourself out there. A lot of media people have social anxiety, so that's always weird to navigate. I can speak for that. So you want to network. You want to put yourself out there. You kind of want to make sure, like, you don't want to spam people, but you want to make sure that people know your name. That's always a good place to start. Secondly, you have to be open to feedback. need to be coachable. You need to have, to a certain extent, thick skin. But that's something you build. That's a callus you build the farther you go along. Be adaptable. I mean, there are people who want to specialize in one thing. But it's really important to also not specialize, but know a few things really well, because that's what sticks out to people on a resume, and that's what's going to kind of separate you from the pack. So network with people, be friendly with people, and don't be afraid to get your feet wet trying a lot of different things. You might fall into something you didn't think you'd be into. My whole idea was I wanted to go into sports radio. And along the way, blogging happened. I mean, I've been here this is my 8th year with Maize and Brew now. Good God, that's almost a fourth of my life. But you just never know what you fall into when you try different things. And this industry is rapidly changing, so you have to be someone who works well in tight spaces and on your toes. James Taylor, Rutgers I feel like will be much improved this year, a team to watch over the next few years as Coach Schiano rebuilds. Yeah, I don't think this is a year where they make a lot of noise. I do think water will kind of find its level. For them, I think a successful season for them would be winning 3 games. I think anything less than that would probably be a disappointment. But then next year you're looking at, okay, can we win 5 games? The year after that, okay, can we make a bowl game? The year after that, can we... For a program like Rutgers, you have to look at what Indiana's doing right now and be like, okay, 4 or 5 years from now, can we be that? Because that takes time to build. There's talent on the East Coast, but programs like Rutgers, it's just going to take longer. And the transfer portal could help them out a ton, too. I think they've made a decent amount of additions via the portal, so yeah, it's going to take some time for them. But I'm not convinced, just because I think they have a lot of things working against them. And Greg Schiano isn't exactly a renaissance man in terms of pushing the game forward. I think you kind of know what that team's going to be under him, so we'll see what happens. This has been a dog shit first quarter, by the way. Tech issues. The stream has been... I don't know. Brandon again says, it seems like with NIL, Michigan's sticking pretty close to the state law. Based on what some other schools are going by, is this a win or a loss? So, Michigan's NIL bill technically doesn't go into effect until 2022. So, I think that they're kind of going to work within that framework still, but like I said, everything's still kind of fluid. I think overwhelmingly this is a win for Michigan, because I don't know if there's, and again, this has nothing, we're not talking about success in terms of on-field results. We're talking about success in terms of being a place that that players want to come to in men and women's sports, because they can position you to develop a brand and make money off of yourself, which I think we're going to look back on this 20 years from now. I mean, it won't even take that long. It's already ridiculous. But we're going to look back on all this, and it's going to be it's going to be kind of shocking that this didn't happen sooner, or that people weren't allowed to benefit from their own name, their likeness, their brand. And Brendan Snowball says, any thoughts on how this will affect Michigan on the recruiting trail? So my answer on all of this is tied into what I'm about to say. I don't think there are many schools. There are a lot of schools, but I don't know if there's an overwhelming amount of schools that can match the brand power that Michigan has. Obviously, the boosters have deep pockets. And Ross Business School, that's a big variable in all of this, because what you're seeing with, and Matt Brown, when we had him on the podcast a couple weeks ago, had touched on this, that you're seeing some schools create an entrepreneurial program, a course of classes to be in conjunction with this. So if you're a school with the brand that Michigan has, plus, I mean, one of the best business schools in the country, if not the world, yeah, I would think that that positions them pretty well to be a place where guys can not only come and be successful on the field, but also build something for themselves for the future, too. So, go blue, go blue. What's the score? I can't see the screen. It is 0-0. We're into the second quarter now. Michigan is on offense, driving with their backs against their own end zone.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
It's ugly today.
That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Go blue, go blue. Can't see the screen. That might be a blessing in disguise. Nobody's done much of anything so far. Anytime you can run a quick wide receiver screen on 3rd and 8 with your back against your own end zone, you should totally do that. God, if this game played like this in the regular season. I actually will not be in town for this game. I have prior engagement on that weekend. I shouldn't say prior engagement. We know there's college football on Saturdays. I have a priority engagement on that date. Sorry, the chat disappeared on me again, guys. Give me just a second to see what's going on with all that. There we go. Brennan Snopel says, obviously players can benefit monetarily from themselves, but what exactly can the Michigan Money Canyon do that would have an impact without breaking any of the new laws and rules? So, that's a good question. The University of Michigan cannot pay players, period. There are provisions in these laws that prevent them from doing so. So this isn't a pay-for-play thing. Boosters cannot pay players to just play. There's got to be, let's just say Blake Corum is at signing autographs at a dealership. There's got to be like some kind of work done outside of organized team activities. That's how that works. That's for what your question asked. That's basically what it is. There has to be some kind of. It has to do with your personal brand. It can't be. If Cade McNamara completes a pass on this play, I can't give him $10, which he didn't complete a pass. So it's more beer money for me later. Go Blue says, I guess it's a good thing I'm visually impaired then. Yeah, I'm kind of jealous of you right now, actually. This is brutal. Slim Zinky says, hey, that screen is just like Harbaugh would call. Yeah, that's a Gaddis call. It's Josh Gaddis' offense now. Brandon Stone, would you rather 11-1 with a blowout loss to OSU or 1-11 with a win against OSU? 11-1. I'm not. I hate. No offense to you, Brandon. I hate that debate. I hate that line of thinking. I hate that. I'd rather go 0-11 and beat Ohio State. If you go 0-11, things would be so toxic. Like so toxic. If you're 11-0 and you lose to Ohio State, like you might still be in the playoffs. So I wouldn't fret. It's humbling, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. I've got battered Wolverines syndrome. What can I say? But yeah, I'll take the season where I have 10 more wins.
Good for a gain of 8 yards. First down.
Brandon says, 100% agree, making sure you're not a crazy person. I am a crazy person.
That makes it 2nd and 8.
No, there's zero debate that I am a crazy person, but not quite that way.
Makes the reception.
I'm just as crazy as the rest of you knuckleheads are.
That'll make it 3rd and 5.
I have a question for you, and I tweeted this out from the Maize and Brew account today. If, knowing what we do about name, image, likeness now, and I did, for those people who aren't, who don't know as much about it, I do have a kind of a frequently asked question thing up over at maizeandbrew.com. So check that out. I tried to write it. I mean, I'll just put it the way it is. I tried to write it so an idiot could read it. So if you fall under those parameters, I think you'll be able to grasp it pretty easily. But something I tweeted out from the Maize and Brew account was, if a Michigan athlete of the past could have had some kind of endorsement. Rutgers touchdown. Rutgers is on the board. If anyone from the past could have an endorsement, who would it be and what would they endorse? So feel free to drop those in the chat as well. BB Clappers, welcome to the stream, BB. What do you predict our overall record will be? I think 7-5, 8-4. Yeah, I'm going 8-4. I just don't. I think there's a good football team here. I don't think there's a great football team here. Which I think great or very, very good teams are like 9-3. I just think this team could be good. I don't know if they're going to be really good. So 7-5, 8-4, that checks out to me. They're not. I've said this on every single stream I think so far. They are not going 3-9. They're not going 4-8. They're not going to go 5-7. They might though. They went 2-4 last year, and probably if they played all 9 games, might have gone 2-7. So my word really doesn't mean shit, does it? Okay, offense is starting to move the ball a little bit. I've been considering a personnel change. Is this the day we make a running back change? I think I need someone a little more dynamic than. So you let me know. Are we putting Corum in for the second half, or are we putting Donovan Edwards in? Brendan Snowball, any thoughts on the rest of the Big Ten this year? Indiana takes a step back. Penn State rebounds. I think Indiana, if Michael Penix is healthy, I think they will kind of stay what they were. Penn State, again, was weird. Weird last year. I think Penn State will take a step forward, but again, similar to Michigan, is it going to be a 9-10 win step forward, or is it going to be, oh, we're 7-5, or we're 8-4? I think it's Ohio State's conference to lose. I mean, they have questions at quarterback, but they always seem to answer those, so that shouldn't be an issue for them. I kind of like, if you're looking at someone who can kind of come out of nowhere in the East this year and be a real pain in the ass, look out for Maryland. With Tua's brother, Talia, and Raheem Jarrett. I mean, they were lighting people up last year, and just was never able to get any momentum going because I think they had 3 games canceled in a 5-week stretch. So keep an eye on Maryland. West-wise, I think it's probably a return to form for Wisconsin this year. That's a team I think will rebound and be all right. Iowa, I'm not crazy about Spencer Petras, so we'll see what they're able to do. it's going to be, to me, I foresee another Ohio State-Wisconsin Big Ten title game. Brandon asked, most overhyped player coming into the season, most underhyped. Overhyped? I mean, on Michigan? Touchdown, Michigan. Son Haskins. Tie ball game here with a minute to go in the first half. This is the antithesis of the shootout we watched last season. I mean, I don't want to call anyone on Michigan overhyped. I don't think they have any overhyped players. I mean, if you want to say Aiden Hutchinson, fine. I have questions about if he can be a stand-up rush linebacker, but I wouldn't say he's overhyped. Underhyped? You guys know how I feel about David Ojabo. I think that he could be in for a breakout year. Zach Zinter seems like someone that they're pretty high on. Underhyped? Maybe. Hey, there's an interception. Time to double dip. Love to see them be aggressive here. I don't know if this counts as underhyped, but I like Blake Corum a lot too. Everyone's kind of talking about Donovan Edwards, Son Haskins. Blake Corum has the goods to be a good player. So we'll see. And those would be my picks. Would love to see them be aggressive here. Okay. One timeout. We know how the clock, if you watch the Washington stream, you know how terrible the clock management can get in this game. So I'm interested in seeing how they mess this up. Don't like that play.
That's a gain of 200. That brings up second and
Are we making a running back change? Someone speak up. I need an offensive coordinator here. You want to see one of these other dudes? Just to add a little bit of juice to this stream? There we go. Touchdown, Michigan. Mike Sainriston. And I believe that is now Cade McNamara's 12th touchdown pass of the year. No picks yet. No picks yet. I'd like to see that. BB Clappers. Yeah, I'm going to make the running back change. BB Clappers says, what do you think is our strongest and weakest position groups? Strongest, I think, is... I like the wide receiver room. I like the quarterback room. I have no problem saying that. I think they got... I think Cade and JJ could be just fine. Running back is strong. Offensive line, I mean, I don't know who your starting five are going to be, but they have good depth there.
This is incomplete. Haskins was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it second and 10.
Weakest, I mean, linebacker, cornerback. Tight end. Ugh. The tight end room is not ideal right now. Has a lot of could-be's, has a lot of might-be's.
second and 10.
Uh-oh. Ooh. Michael Barrett, that man has a family. All right, that'll do it for the first half. Michigan leads 14-7 going into the locker room. We are going to make a running back change. We're going to put you know what? I'm putting Donovan Edwards in. It's time. It's time to put Donovan Edwards in. Michigan will be on defense to start the second half. Bear with me here, just doing the social media thing, blah, 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 blah.
The Wolverines are lined up for the kickoff. The kickoff is down for a touchdown.
All right, I'm going to have to do the weird thing in order to get Edwards in there, so bear with me. Those of you still on, welcome to the second half. My best broadcaster voice, welcome. You are looking live. Do it. Ooh. I promised Edwards. We'll give you Edwards. Okay. I'm going to have to play a snap first. So this is me taking over first snap. Feel the excitement. We're on cover 4. Maybe I should be playing all the time. Probably would get better reactions out of me if I did play, but we're 4 streams in. The rules, the parameters have been set. All right. You will see Donovan Edwards in the second half. Can you guys hear my dog snoring? All right, I might have to play a second defensive snap, so bear with me once more. No? Okay, there we go. We're all set.
That brings up second and 13. Number 6 slides on the play. Gain of 10 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 3.
Oh, the godforsaken option.
Ross lays him down. Gain of 14 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
Kirk and Reese Davis or Gus and Joel, who's better? Well, Kirk is with
Makes it 2nd and 6.
Dang it, why is his name eluding me right now? Not Reese Davis. The dude that looks just like Reese Davis. Kirk Street. This is so stupid that I don't know this. Chris Fowler. Jeez. Pete. Gus and Joel. Who's better? I like Fowler and Herbie. I do. I know he's a local guy, so I don't want to like shit on him too much, but like Gus Johnson's shtick can get old sometimes. He just kind of yells. I like both of them though. Those are probably, you know, I miss Brad Nessler doing non-SEC games, which it's actually in this game. Brad Nessler and Kirk Herbstreit do the play-by-play, but for whatever reason they disappear. It's probably something to do with the mod. But oh boy, we had him beat for 6.
Number 25, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Let's go! Right 80!
The pass ball's incomplete.
Thank God that Noah Vedral cannot hit the broadside of a bond.
That brings up 3rd and 10.
You scared? Mike 12! Mike 12!
Sorry, I'm checking my phone. That's super unprofessional. But that's me. James Taylor says, James Taylor, welcome. One of my favorite adult contemporary artists. Welcome. I hope we are more consistent this year. How well do you think the defense will play? Will it step forward or step back? It will step forward because it cannot step backward. I don't think statistically speaking, it's possible for them to be much worse than they were. And I think the players they have are much better than how terrible they played last year. So they will be better.
That's a gain of 2 on the play.
Consistency, I mean,
That'll make it 3rd and 9.
the way that college football is now, when you play teams that have a good offense, you're just trying to force turnovers and get off the field because you're going to get scored on. That's just the way it is now. Which is why when Cade McNamara throws a pass out of bounds against Rutgers and you can't even score on them, that's frustrating. I'm, of course, talking about this stream here. So, they own it. Like, this team will... The offense is going to carry this team. And if Michigan is going to be good in any of these seasons coming up, it'll be because they have a good offense.
39-yard punt. Return for a gain of 9 yards.
BB Clapper says, do you think all the coaching changes will pay off? I mean, I think defensively, again, it will get better because, to me, it can't get worse. That's how I feel about that. I do think offensively, I don't know how the offensive line thing's going to shake out. Because, I mean, for what my money's worth, Ed Warner is probably the best offensive line coach. One of the best in college football. But Sherrone Moore, I mean, he was a guard at Oklahoma. And he's a charismatic guy. He's an ace recruiter. So I'm fine with seeing how that plays out, getting a little younger. Getting younger everywhere was kind of the theme of this year. I do think low-key that, well, not so low-key, honestly. I think that Mike Hart is going to be a big one because it brings a pedigree and decisiveness to me to the running back room. All 3 of these guys are going to get touches. Someone will be the quote-unquote lead back. Probably Hassan Haskins, but I think that... I don't want to say that Jay Harbaugh was in over his head, but I just think that Mike Hart is an upgrade. And I think they'll be a little more decisive with their rotation there. Paul Woods, color commentary voice of the Red Wings, apparently,
Makes it first and 10.
is on Rutgers.
Here we go.
Pass falls incomplete. Wolverines continue to receive on the play. That makes it second and 10. Gain of 2 on the play. That makes it 37.
Not over here.
Number 2 makes the reception. Gain of 6 on the play.
I don't even know how to say this one, but II316. If everything goes right on the offensive side, do you see 10 wins as a possibility? Yeah, I could see it. Because even if your defense isn't good, you got to be able to outscore teams now. So if the offense is good, of course. Yeah, I mean, 10 wins isn't some, like, to me, Indiana fans can have the conversation. Okay, we've got a big return from Blake Corum here. Indiana fans can have the conversation of, gosh, man, if everything breaks right, do you think we might be able to get to 10 wins this year? For me, a school like Michigan, in order for us to even have a conversation about it being a good season, I think 10 wins is kind of the bar. The expectations are higher, the way they recruit, the resources available. So, like, 10 wins to me, like, we're not even talking if this is a good season or not. It could be a fine season. 8 or 9 wins, that's fine. A good season to me starts at 10 wins. So, do they have a shot at a good season? They do. Am I confident it will happen? Not really, but
No gain on the play.
yeah. So we'll see.
That'll make it 30.
Go Blue says, if we had an average defense that forces a lot of turnovers, would you be okay with that? Yeah, if you force a lot of turnovers, you're flipping field position, that sudden quick change, it gives you a shot, right? But if your defense is average, that offense needs to make up for it somewhere. And this stream so far is not happening. I mean, Michigan fans won't want to hear this, and everyone will freak out if it happens this way, but to me, the best case scenario for this year is that you have a season like 2015, where, like, you're good, you're competitive in games, there's something to build off of there, you win your bowl game, but, like, 2016 is the year that you're looking to compete for a Big Ten title. And I know people are tired of wait till next year, and if they lose to Ohio State again and lose badly, Jim Harbaugh probably might not be here, but I just feel like this feels like 2015 2.0.
Second and 2.
But if they forced a lot of turnovers, yeah, I'd be cool with that. Yeah, Edwards, we've gone this far. Should we go Blake Corum?
That's a gain of 10 on the play.
I want to see Blake Corum. And I'm running the stream, so I'll do whatever I please, damn it.
Bound to lose one. Ready. Wide ahead.
I'm not putting JJ in just yet. Oh, boy. Well. That's shitty.
The extra point attempt is good.
Oof. So we're going Corum at running back. Sorry to anyone who came here from a tweet they saw 10 minutes ago, but it's Blake Corum time, baby. a snap. God, this is so stupid. Sorry, we're doing this live. All right, Blake Corum, you get your wish. Jim J asks, when do you think...
Number 2, back to return.
Shoot, just a second. I forgot. Did I put the controller back? I think I did, but... Sorry, I have the brain of like a 65-year-old man sometimes. It's hard to say because I don't know if I think JJ will play when JJ is like knocking down the door and not demands to play, but oh man, that's brutal. But if it becomes so clear in practice and during the week that like they need to unleash this guy, that's when he plays. So I don't think Cade McNamara will play bad enough to get benched. Guys, thanks for being so patient today. I need a second laptop to see comments and things like that, which is annoying. Michigan's driving. Blake Corum. Look at that. BB Clappers, who do you think will be the leading receiver? I think it'll still be Ronnie Bell. John Case has put in Baldwin at wide receiver. So, here's the thing about that. Dalen Baldwin is not officially signed and enrolled at Michigan yet. So, I cannot assume that he will be on the team, despite taking his word for it, having talked to him in person, or talked to him with the interview last week. So, Dalen Baldwin is currently not available to us, nor is Jordan Whitley. But Alan Bowman is on the roster for some reason. All right. I think Blake Corum's our running back for these streams moving forward. got a little more bounce, a little more agility than everyone else. And also, I need to fix Donovan Edwards in this game too. Whoever uploaded this roster has him as like a 79 speed, which is absurd. If you've ever watched any of his highlight tape. I guess the big question in NIL right now is which Michigan athlete's going to step up to the plate and work for Maize and Brew? If any of you happen to be watching, doesn't matter to me what team you're on. Lacrosse, soccer, football, basketball. We'd love to see what maybe we could do for you. What can Brew do for you? Put that on a shirt. BB Clappers, do you cover recruiting news? Yes, we do. We cover everything. Well, most everything. Yeah, we have recruiting news over at the site. Heck, on this channel, Steven Osentowski has broken down every incoming freshman and done a video on him. So, yeah, we cover recruiting. All that stuff can be found over at maizenbrew.com. I should probably say that more and link to that in the YouTube bio. We're not just a YouTube channel. YouTube, we're actually somewhat new to YouTube. We've been around for a while. Like I said, this is my 8th year with the site. It existed long before me. It will exist long after me, whenever the day comes for me to not die, but just do something else. So, yeah.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
II316, it's stupid how much I enjoy watching simulated video games. Thanks for doing this. It's fun. Well, thank you guys for watching. The boomers don't care for it. But this isn't for them, it's for you. If you're here watching it, it's for you. Try to give some people something for a little something for everyone. We have a podcast feed as well. You can subscribe to Maize and Brew Podcast on Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher. Follow me on Twitter at Anthony T. Broom. That's Broom with an E at the end of it. I've heard all the jokes. There's nothing you can say that will hurt me. Running clock here, it looks like, huh? I would be so annoyed if this game was this close. Throwing on 3rd down. I like the play call. It's a good play call. Lewis Gratton, I'm 60. This is great. Oh, well, welcome. We welcome people of all ages. Like I said, this website is a choose-your-own-adventure. You participate, you follow in whatever you'd like to follow in. We've got it for you. You want your articles? We've got articles. You want podcasts? We got podcasts. You want social media? We have bad tweets. Did Corum earn the starting job next week? Yeah, I think we're going to do that. I think we are. You think Michigan Stadium will ever be considered one of the loudest places to play? I hear about the gray hairs at home yelling at people for cheering. Let me say this. I've never experienced that before. Now, I've only seen a handful of games there as a fan. I think only 3 or 4 games there I've only seen as a fan. I spend much of my time in my little ivory tower that is the press box.
That brings up 3rd and 10.
Oh, John says, I'm a 60-year-old boomer too. The Boomer Crew, welcome. Welcome. We love you guys here. Stick around. Looks like we're going to move to 3-1 today. Awesome. I've never experienced being told to sit down, and I do think that place does get loud. The press box, the boxes they put on each side help with that. It's just not built straight up into the air like a Penn State is, which is fine. All right, victory. Was not pretty. In fact, there were several times where I wish that I was visually impaired. But it's a win nonetheless. 3-1. You come back, you win. Josh Ross, player of the game, 12 tackles, a tackle for loss. That Washington game was a heartbreaker. So you come back, you win 2 in a row. The next 2 games, I believe, we go to Wisconsin and to Nebraska. So 2 road games next week. We will just do the 2 streams next week. Monday is a company holiday, so I am unsure if I will be running a stream or not. The easiest way to figure out if I'm going to do a stream or not is subscribe to the YouTube channel, because it's going to tell you when I plan to go live. It will give you the ability to come in and be notified when we go live. It gives you first crack at all of our stuff. So do that first. If you're sitting here, please hit the subscribe button. We want to get to 5,000 by football season. Love to get past that. But so we'll get together again on. I'll coordinate a content plan will be put together tomorrow for the site. I'll have a time for Monday or whenever it winds up being then. Let's go through stats really quick here. An efficient day from Cade McNamara. 17 for 23, 149 yards, a touchdown. That's a very Michigan passing line. Blake Corum. Yeah, we're going to start Blake Corum next week. 4.6 yards per rush. Defenses are going to get tougher, so we need a guy with a little bit of bounce in his game. So, Ronnie Bell led the way receiving-wise. 4 catches for 56 yards. Mike Sainer still had the lone touchdown through the air. Andrew Stuber gave up a sack. Josh Ross, again, player of the game, 12 tackles. He was a beast. Sacks-wise, 3 sacks. Chris Hinton, Aiden Hutchinson, Donovan Jeter. Had a pick from Brad Hawkins. Jake Moody, perfect on extra points. Oh my God. Brad Robbins. 7 punts, 302 yards. Net, 239 yards. Good God. I hope he does not punt 7 times in a game this year. Cool. All right, folks. Well, thanks for hanging out for a bit. It's 5 p.m. At this point, the stream has come to an end. Had a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun doing these, and I think they're going to... we'll see how much more fun they get moving forward. The CPU has had Michigan play 2 really close games against teams that are not rated that much lower than them. We saw what happened with the Washington game. Blew out Northern Illinois, but 3-1. It's a good place to be. A third of the way through the season. You keep up on this pace, you'll win 9 games and give yourself a chance at a 10th by playing in a bowl game. So that's going to do it for me. Again, you can follow me on Twitter at Anthony T. Broom. Follow the website on Twitter at Maize and Brew. We're on all of your social media. If you're on social media, we're there somewhere. Just type in Maize and Brew. You'll find us. Podcasts on Apple, Google, Spotify, Stitcher. Happy for those of you north of the border, happy Canada Day. For those of you in the States, have a good 4th of July weekend. Please, when we come back, I need all of your typing fingers here for the chat, so do not blow off your fingers with fireworks. Be safe, make good decisions. But, have a good time, too. We deserve this after what we've been through the last, year or so. So that's going to do it for me. Michigan's 3-1, 21-17 victory over Rutgers. Next up is Wisconsin and Nebraska next week. So We'll talk to you again soon.